something.
Go in the middle.
Almost like an Oreo.
All right, everybody, we have about 6, 7, 8 questions lined up, so we're going to get going right away. Okay.
First of all, I'd
Natasha,
like to apologize. We are going to be a rowdy bunch.
Absolutely.
Elena, Kristi, Natasha, your first question is going to come seated to your right in the front row.
Martenzi Johnson, the undefeated. This is for Kristi and Natasha. Your team is one of the more active teams in the social issues realm. With that comes criticisms of shut up and dribble, shut up and play. I guess with a championship now, what do you think of that line of thinking that you can't do both at the same time?
Take it, Tash.
This is for you.
For me, shut up and watch. This is a league full of powerful women. I'm not biased in the sense of the WNBA has been at the forefront of all social issues, and our team has been phenomenal. We're in the most powerful city in the world. There's a lot of politics and issues that are handled here in D.C., so we'd be doing a disservice to a bunch of people if we didn't speak up and used our platform. So those people that say that we should just shut up and dribble, they should just shut up and watch us.
Next question in the last row to your left.
Congratulations, guys. Question for all three of you. What sort of role has Emma played for this team? And she seemed almost like she was surprised to get the MVP honors. What does that say about her, and what do you think about her winning tonight?
I'll take this.
Messy.
Messi is a very, very, very good basketball player. And I think coming from Belgium, coming from a smaller country, you know, where sport isn't everything, it's not like that big of a deal. The platform isn't as big. When it's here, obviously, it's enormous. So for her, her humility, just being a good person, a great teammate, an amazing basketball player, she was the missing piece. And so obviously we're all extremely thankful that she was here this year. She was the difference. And she has also grown because I've had an opportunity to play with her even in Europe and won championships with her in Europe. But the way she played tonight and the moments that she wanted the ball in the biggest moments. And a couple of years ago, she didn't.
Yeah.
And so that's a huge credit to her and her growth as a player and a person. So she was enormous for us.
Next question, first row to your right.
Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer to Elena and Natasha. How does it feel to have finally won a championship?
Go ahead, though. This is your moment.
It feels phenomenal. I've asked Panda about it. How's it feel? What's it like? Panda, how can I get one? But my goodness, this feels so good. It's hard to even put it to words, but to win this and win this with such a great group of people, I think that's what makes this so special. We wanted to win this for the person next to us. It wasn't about winning it for ourselves. And to get this done and to get this for somebody like Toya, who's an absolute anchor for this team, that's what means the most, and that's what we're going to take away, and that's what we'll remember forever. We're going to remember this season because we were around such incredible people, and we absolutely adore being together. So I'm kind of sad.
Absolutely.
Season's about to be over. I'm going to miss everybody, but my goodness, we sure ended this on a high note.
Next question, seated center, third row.
William Ford, Washington Informer, mainly for you, Natasha. In terms of fun, you guys have talked a lot about enjoying yourselves. A lot of hard work, but still fun. Why was it so much fun?
I think Elena just talked about it. We've created this atmosphere here where we're a family, where we enjoy coming into work every single day, whether it's practice or, film work. We enjoy coming in because we're around each other. And when you have that type of atmosphere, it makes this game fun. At a professional level, it's really hard to get that. And I've seen that with being here for 5 years now. I've seen it in different teams, but the last 2 years, I've thoroughly enjoyed just coming in and working and getting better every single day. And it's mainly because of the people that we surround ourselves with.
No one on this team gives a crap about getting credit. The stat sheet, throw that thing away. Nobody cares. And I know teams will say that about themselves, but this is true here. As long as we get a W at the end of the day, that's all that we've ever cared about. And that's what makes basketball fun. That's like when you were kids playing. why it was so fun, and it's why this season's been so fun.
Absolutely.
Our next two questions.
She's not
will
trying to
come-
get any free agents by saying. Let's make that clear.
Next two questions from the front row center. Doug?
Doug Feinberg, the AP. Elena, I mean, every time you get in the finals, it seems something goes wrong with you physically, right? I mean, Chicago last year, the knee, the bone bruise this year, the back, everything else that's bothering you.
Yeah.
Just talk about, I mean, what it means with what you've gone through this year, injury-wise, in the been been successful, but now to actually get a title, that not that it's worth it, but what it means from that. And also, the second question is, I saw you and Coach had seemed like a long chat in center court after the buzzer sounded, confetti's going out. Just what you said to him, because I know you talked before how important it was to win a title for him.
Yeah, so I've contemplated like long hours over like why every time I get to a final something happens. And I think it's because I pissed the basketball gods off years ago when I decided to step away. So I'm hoping this ends this little drama that I've been having in the finals. But yeah, to be on a team that could carry me when I wasn't 100% really means a lot, to just get over this hump and to be able to push through when not feeling great. And then Coach and I, we've had this little thing through the playoffs where we go up to each other and say, "Have I told you lately that I love you?" Even in like bad losses where we're kind of like angry at each other, we do that to like keep ourselves going. And to realize how much we do love each other, and how much I've trusted in him by coming here to DC and believing in his dream, and him just putting together this team that is just so great on the court and off the court. So I also said I was very happy that I am one of the players, and this is the team that was able to bring him something he hasn't done yet.
Front row center.
Hold on, and let me also add to that, because I'm about to drop this bomb on y'all. Elena not only has one herniated disc, she has three. And when you're talking about
The medical staff is going to kill you right now.
I don't
but
care. But when you're talking about, but it's so important, because when you're talking about playing for the players to the left and to the right of you, and being a leader on this team, and being one of the captains, and pushing through to win us the championship, I mean, that's a huge testament to both her and Ariel in this last series. So, again, thank you, Delle.
Love you, Tash. Yeah.
Three of them things. Three of them.
Yeah.
All right, front row center. Next question.
Elena.
Surprise.
Yeah,
They're gonna kill me.
They are going to
They're
kill
gonna
you.
kill me. Y'all locked in with me for one more year.
Front row center.
Elena, Howard Mandel, New York Times. Congratulations to all of you. I'm hoping you to take me through what was your mindset. It seemed like, in Game 3, a lot of it was staying around the perimeter. Game 4 was more of the attacking. Game 5 tonight, it just seemed like it was fundamentally the way you attacked the game, despite 3 herniated discs. And just, if you'd take me through your thinking about that, how much of this was just knowing it was all on the line here, and how hard it was.
Yeah. We have a great medical staff, so they've been able to, help me a lot in this week of just trying to get me to feel as good as I possibly can. So they've been huge, just getting treatment every day and, getting me the right meds, all that. But yeah, I felt pretty decent today, and I also knew this is the last game, I can rest now. So I felt like, I was able to kind of give a little bit more, especially on the defensive end, just trying to box out Jonquel, trying to keep her off the boards because she's a monster on the boards. Thank you.
Ooh, 4.
Ow.
Yeah, shit, actually, there's 4. You just got me excited.
Yeah, but I mean, it just felt great to be out there and to be able to compete. And like I just said before, this team is so good and was able to help carry me through.
Our next 3 questions will all come standing to your left. We're going to be one, then Michelle, and Ava. Go ahead, please. No, Michelle, please. With the microphone, please.
Oh, she had 3.
With the microphone, please.
Hey, Capri, Women's Sports Report. This season, you guys' mantra was run it back. Can you guys talk about how that propelled you guys to win this year's championship?
Go ahead, Panda.
That's you, Panda.
That's your
That was
motto.
good.
Oh, it was my motto?
It
came
really
up with
was.
it. It
though.
really was.
It's actually Flav's,
Was it?
John's guy.
Oh, okay. This is
can't
teamwork
take
makes the
credit.
dream work.
I mean, you know, when you have an experience like last year and you get to the finals and you don't get what you want, you're extremely motivated for the next year. And so as soon as the buzzer sounded, we were ready to rock and roll. And everybody did their part, whether they were here in America or they were playing overseas. Everybody knew the goal and the purpose, and everyone trained that way. And so for us, as we started the season, Run It Back was, I mean, it's old school. It's, you know, you're playing on the street and you're the next one's up. It's like, you lose, run that back.
Good.
I'm very proud of myself for that, Kristi. Right
That was
there.
really
I was
good.
proud too.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Good.
So we just embraced that. We embraced just you know, there's two ways you can go. You can feel sorry for yourself, feel like, man, why me? How come it didn't go our way? Or you can regroup and you can really be determined for greatness. And this team was determined for greatness. And it took 5 games, took 4 in the semis. It took battling injuries. It took a lot of resilience, fight, heart. We had the biggest heart all year, and we were the most focused and determined team all year. And we're just really proud of what we've done. But last year, obviously, certainly motivated us to be really, really focused for the season.
2 more questions. We're gonna, Michelle and Ava. Michelle, please.
Elena, I'm sorry. Elena, I know part of your journey has always been your sister, and how that impacted your entire journey, this, you know, going to Delaware and then getting this trade. I know you can't share this with her probably the way you would like to, but what does it mean to have a championship when you consider what that journey's been like and how you put her first in a lot of ways?
Yeah, I mean, Lizzie has been my journey, and some people have never understood my decisions. Others have, but she's been my path, and somehow she's got me to this moment. And you know, it's been a crazy journey. It's been my own path. It's been different from everyone else's, and I've just kind of believed in it. And you got to follow your heart, and I've always trusted in her. You know. Another reason I can battle through injuries, like she's been dealt the worst cards possible with her disabilities, and every day she gets up, she smiles, she laughs, she loves. So she's always just been my inspiration, and I was talking to her all game long, like trying to have them miss free throws. I'm like, come on, Liz, give me a little something. So yeah, she doesn't know it. She doesn't even know I'm a basketball player. But she's been my biggest motivator, and she's brought me here, and she's brought me to this moment. So once again, I got to give all credit to her.
Next question, standing to your left, Ava.
You guys have set a 3-point mark in the WNBA this season and had 4 of them tonight. What happened in the fourth quarter when it was pretty much you guys and Emma? What was your mindset going into that stretch when you finally? What is, I don't know what that
Those
means.
are her 3 goggles.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. What was your mindset in that fourth quarter when you guys kind of muscled your way into getting a little separation without doing it the normal way? Just the goggles.
That's her answer.
I mean, every game is different, and Delle and Messi were dominating on the block, and that was a high percentage shot for us. Those twos, we will take those twos all day long. So if the 3 ball's not going down, that just shows the strength and the diversity of our team. You know, we can score with twos, we can score with threes, and tonight it wasn't the 3 ball, and that just kind of shows the makeup of our team. There's not one way to try to beat us. We're going to find a way.
Standing to your right, next question.
Hi, David Aldridge with The Athletic, DC. Oftentimes when a team wins a championship, in reflection they say it wasn't so much that they wanted to win, it's just that they didn't want to lose. They hated losing, the idea of losing so much. And so I wonder in those last 8 to 10 minutes where you guys went mentally to try to get those stops and to, as was said, go inside to win it as opposed to shooting threes.
I'll just say something, and then y'all can finish it.
Okay.
All I said before the game to the team was regret nothing. And you guys take it from there.
And we didn't regret anything.
Yeah, no, I don't think in our minds during the duration of the game that it came up. We don't want to lose. Like Kristi said, this team wanted greatness, and greatness comes with that will to win and that will to push through and get stops and do all the little things that are necessary. And we did that on the defensive end. For us, the last couple of huddles, those last 8 minutes, it was all about defense and rebounding. And the team that could do that the best was the team that was going to win.
All right, we have 2 more questions. Third row center.
Kristi, you were the only one on this team to win a championship, and now you have another one. But what makes this championship feel different than the previous one?
Well, it's different. I mean, the people are different, obviously, and I love these people. I mean, I love the other people too, so don't stand corrected. I think it's special when you are able to make history, and we made history tonight, and that just takes it to a whole different level. Everybody says, like, you'll never forget your first. Like, I'll never forget my first, but this one, with these guys and the relationships that I have with them, I mean, I love them. Like, these guys are my family. Like, I would do anything for them. So for me, just coming out tonight, I mean, I didn't play great. Like, I mean, I made some free throws at the end of the game.
Huge.
But
Clutch.
Okay. See, that's why I love them. They built me up.
All right,
But go ahead. Go ahead. It was the bomb.
This feels great.
All right, we have about 2 more questions. We have about 2 more questions.
Hey now.
Hey, now.
Hey, wait,
Standing-
we're going with that.
That's going to the room for your photos. Standing to the left.
Okay.
If you can maybe shine
Mario.
it. It's a little,
Yeah, it's got
little
champagne
dirty.
all over
A little
it.
musty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clean that sucker
Probably
up.
smells too.
Standing to your left.
Neil Val, Hoop District. For any of you guys, when you guys were down, what was being said in the huddle and the timeouts and to keep you guys focused?
Hey, this mofo right here,
She
stepped
great.
up. I mean, we know she's from Philly, so she talks a lot. Yeah. So she's just like,
Sorry.
but it was great. But that's what
yeah.
makes us too. Everybody has her thing.
Yeah.
She talks a lot.
Sorry.
She obviously does what she does. I mean, I'm like, they're calling me now the OG or the triple OG. I'm just the old head now, so it's like my role is kind of, whatever. Tosh stepped up huge today.
She did.
Just communicating, just saying everything that everybody was already thinking.
Yeah.
And her growth, like this year, has been to a whole nother level. Y'all are wrong for not making her Defensive Player of the Year. Y'all are all wrong for that.
Yeah.
But she used that as motivation. And whatever. I mean, Tasha's the shit.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah.
See,
Gosh.
the atmosphere.
All right, we have 3 more questions. Second row to your right.
Right, Tash, Mel Greenberg.
What's up, Mel?
Speaking of Philly,
Billy.
your junior and senior year, they were coming around a lot. Nobody else was. Did that kind of convince you that, yes, I can do this thing? Yeah, I can become a WNBA player?
Yeah, I don't really personally talk about my journey a lot, but I had one coach and one organization believe in me when I transferred from Maryland for family reasons, kind of similar to Elena. I understood that I was giving up this dream in a sense. And so when Coach T and Eric started coming around, it kind of sparked that, that energy back in me that this was a possibility. This has been a 5-year process. I've been trying to grow in all these years. I'm still not perfect. There's still a lot of room to grow. But I definitely take my path and my journey, and I'm proud of myself for where I am now to where I was then. Because you would ask anyone, no one expected me to be here. So to be a part of this team, to be a part of this organization, and to make, history here, it means everything to me.
2 more questions. Standing to your left in the back.
You all worked so hard to get the #1 seed to have the home court advantage. You're all from the East Coast, and Tash, you're talking about the connections with your family. But with that being said, how important was it during that surge in the fourth quarter to feel the energy from the home court crowd?
I mean, it just felt like there's no turning back once we got that lead. They were just roaring. You could see it on Connecticut's face, oh God. They've got momentum, they've got the crowd, they've got everything. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we kind of wanted to win it in 4, but now that we won it in 5,
Nobody wanted to win it in Connecticut.
that's true. You know,
Connecticut stinks.
We would just be
You guys were
back in our
there.
room.
I just wanted to win it.
I
though.
haven't seen the daylight in 5 days.
Like, we
in
got
Connecticut.
sun now.
We are feeling good.
Yeah, it's great here in
We
DC.
have blue crabs here.
What?
Do we?
Do we?
I mean, who?
So yeah, it was great to win it in DC.
Last question, standing to your left, Michelle.
So I know this is really ancient history for all of you guys, but Marianne Stanley got a title tonight too, and she is one of the legends in women's basketball. Won an NCAA title back in '85, was on the Immaculata teams. I mean, really one of the pioneers. What has she meant? Any of you or each of what has she meant to you guys? And
Stans.
she's 65
Good
and
old
getting this,
Stans.
along with Mike Tebow getting one.
Good old
Oh, I love Stans. She's the post coach, so I can probably talk a little bit more about her. But Stans, she's just cool. You know, she always has the post back. She's always a voice on the bench when things aren't going well. She's just kind of keeping our heads in the game, keeping us feeling good about ourselves. And then Stans is also like an X's and O's genius.
Yes.
I don't know if people know that about her, but she drew up in practice one day like 10 out of bounds plays.
We scored on all
and
10.
we scored every single time, like wide open threes or wide open layups. Like Stans, she's a phenomenal coach. And, you know, I'm not in the coaches' meetings, but I'm sure she has had a ton to do with this and why we're so great, why our offense is flowing so well. So to see her get this is really special too. She's an awesome person. She deserves it.
I think it's really cool. I just want to say, like, real quick, that she was one of the first players that played in Madison Square Garden. And so, like, I mean, that's just like to be around a person like that in the history of our game, and she just won her first, you know, title as a coach. That's just special. And so we're just really, really happy for her.
Yes.
Natasha, Kristi, Elena, thank you. To our
Thank
media,
you. Can we
thank
do
you
the
as
mic
well.
drop?
Natasha, Kristi, Elena.